What's going on, everybody? David Delano with winnersandwhiners.com. We're going to talk about Monday's national championship game between the TCU Horned Frogs and Georgia Bulldogs in just a moment. And I'm also going to touch on a lot of things that I think are very important. So stick around if you'd like to listen. This video, you already know, is brought to you by No House Advantage. It's fantasy sports redefined. Use the promo code WNW. Get yourself a first time deposit bonus of up to $50. Also, check out my promo code in the description. I'll make sure that it's working for you guys. Now, I'm recording this video on Sunday before all the results are pending, but we did cash on our premium pick on the over the total in the game between the Pittsburgh Steelers and Cleveland Browns. We also cashed on our free pick in the game between Houston and Cincinnati, with Houston covering the spread in college hoops. And I had a college basketball over cash in the game between Navy and Lehigh. At the time of recording this, I have a pick on the Dallas Cowboys, which is pending. And I also have a pick on the Los Angeles Rams that is pending. So we've got 3 winners in the book for sure. But the biggest thing here, first of all, let's get into this free pick. Now, I'm going to be real short and sweet on this. There's so many videos out there. And if you want to, you could get so much commentary. You could look at this all day on a 9-1 run in my college football picks. But look, I'm going to keep this brief. I'm going to say under 32 points in the first half between TCU and Georgia. I know that both of these teams are coming off of some very, very high-scoring games, but TCU defense was better in the first half. TCU in general, they get going more in the second half. I think it's going to take them some adjusting to the Georgia defense. I don't think that we're going to have a crazy shootout in the first half of this game. You can see a 21-10 game. I don't know, 17-14, 17-10, anything like that. But I think there's going to be less than 32 points in the first half of this game. At least if it does get crazy, I expect that to be later on, not early. So under 32 points in the first half between Georgia and TCU. But some few things I want to talk about in here. I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys. Some things that are very, very important, and I want to try to pass along a lot of the mistakes that I've made and things that I've learned and things that I'm still learning. Look, I don't. I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. I've been studying this stuff for a long time. The amount of hours I spend into this, look, more important than winners. I mean, obviously, you got to win eventually, right, to profit long-term in sports betting. But more important than winning is is money management, discipline. It's just like anything in life. The reason that most people are going to lose money is due to discipline. I'm sure there's somebody out here that may be watching this video that's only winning on 40% of their bets and profiting. And there's somebody else, I'm sure, that's winning, or maybe went on a stretch of winning 70% of their bets and is in the negative. And I get comments a lot. Sometimes, a lot of times what happens, which is really, I understand we all have cold spells. I have some cold spells, okay? I don't win all the time. I have spells of losing, and I understand when people are down when that's happening. But it's always interesting because it always happens when I'm actually doing well, and I get messages from people that are saying that they're losing money with me, and I hate to hear that. But one thing that I'll say, and sometimes it's a very different reasons. Sometimes it could be certain plays that they're picking. Sometimes it could be that they're parlaying the plays. Sometimes, it could be, obviously the plays that they pick. You go on a 7-3 run. Somebody could have been on, the 3 picks that lost. I know it sounds funny, but it definitely happens. Now, I had a guy message me the other day. He was telling me he was telling me about. Well, I had a couple questions lately. I've had a lot of messages lately. Somebody asked me, how can they get rich off of make a living off of betting sports, basically, betting $50 a game or starting with a $50 bankroll. Well, basically, I'm not going to say it's impossible, but more than likely you can't. Another question was, building off of a $360 bankroll. And I said, if you have a $360 bankroll, to me, honestly, I would say that your max should be $18 on a bet. And that's 5%. That's still, I recommend 1 to 5% of play. I really do. And here's the thing with this is, there's going to be some losses along the way. Look, I'm on a site, before I got with Winners and Winers, there's a professional sports site that I was on for the last year. I was 6th on that site out of total. I was in the top 6 in overall profit, ROI, winning percentage out of about 57 handicappers. All of our records are documented. Go to Winners and Winers, go to the leaderboard. Look at last year total profit. Look at the last 30 days total profit. Look at the last 7 days total profit. Look at college basketball right now. I'm hitting 60% of my plays documented. Okay, there's nobody right now overall close to me on Winners and Winers overall. And the only reason I'm saying that, because we have some great handicappers, the only reason I'm saying that is, despite all of that, I lose a lot of games. I'm profiting, but I still lose a lot of games. If you don't like me, if you never buy anything from me, if you never listen to my picks, it doesn't matter. Go to another company, go to any other site. You can pull up 100 handicappers videos. Guys, shout out to I don't want to drop it on me, but if you guys know who $1 Million Marco is, does a phenomenal job. Nothing but respect for him. Long money he has, but he loses sometimes. And he's profiting. He does a great job. He's made a lot of money betting sports, and he risks a lot of money. He has a lot of money to risk, and he wins, but he also loses sometimes. And everybody's going to lose sometimes. And the only reason I bring up the fact is, right now, in a poll, I was in a contest of 122 people for the college bowl games. Picked every college bowl game against the spread. Before it started, I'm in 2nd place right now. And the only reason I bring that up is, it's not to be cocky, but the truth is, I have some spells where I lose, but I know that I know what I'm doing. I know that there's not a lot of people better than me at this. And I still lose games. Throughout the course of this 365 days, there probably will be a point where I might lose 6 or 7 in a row. It happens. And I know if that happens to me, it happens to everybody. And it's not about winning or losing. It's not about this college pick today. The thing is, I'm telling everyone here, just be responsible. It's about managing your bankroll, because one thing, when you're betting on sports, you cannot be scared to lose. So sometimes I'll get people come to me and they'll say, I need a guaranteed winner. And obviously I don't want to give out any picks that lose. But if I made over 1,100 picks last year, some of them lost. Like I said, I've hit 9 out of my last 10 college football picks. That doesn't mean I'm going to hit 9 out of my next 10. I don't know. You could have been on only the one that lost. It happens. NFL, I don't recommend parlays, but I did a parlay for fun here on Sunday. There's still a game pending, but that damn lateral, I had the Jets plus 3.5 was a part of a couple of parlays, man. That little lateral, that little safety at the end of the game might have cost me $1,000. It happens, man. It happens. Like, people lose. So when you guys are losing, I get it. But you got to be responsible. Because I'll say a couple little things here. And I'm going to get off of my soapbox. But just imagine. We always want to win. But just imagine. Think about the amount you're betting. And just imagine if you lost 7 in a row. Where would that put you? Because the thing that happens sometimes, and this is even with other cappers, and you can follow any capper in the world, You don't have to care about any of my picks. It's fine. But anybody you're picking, even if you're the best capper in the world yourself, there's mistakes that you can make. You got to be careful, because what you don't want to do is you go 2-6 and you can't bet anymore, and then you go on a 18-6 run and you can't enjoy it because you were out of your money. You don't want to be that person that bets 300 days a year, has 270 good days, which is highly unlikely. But some people, if you got bad bankroll management, you could have 270 good days. Those 30 bad days will drown you. If you're chasing bets, if you're raising your bet every amount, that'll drown you. And that's what's so tough about this, because at the end of the day, no matter what you're doing, if you're not disciplined, you can lose it all. If you're like the type of person, what I sometimes recommend, if you're like a type of person, you're starting with a $1,000 bankroll. You've got $1,000 in your sports betting account. You're getting a profit. If every time you get over $1,000 you want to withdraw, more power to you. Some people can't. And this is not a knock, but some people, you have start off with $1,000 account, you build it to $3,000-$4,000, and you lose a couple bets. Now you forget you started with 1,000. You're up to 3,000. You lose some bets. Now you're down to 1,700. Now you're chasing. Now you're live betting. You're doing some drinking. You're getting impulsive, and then you start losing it. So sometimes you might want to take those profits out at the end of the month. That way you don't have too much in there, because unfortunately, this is the way this game works, man. All it takes is just one bad impulsive day and it could take you out. So I just really, really wanted to talk about that, man, because I don't want anybody to lose money. It is what it is, but at the same time, you got to be disciplined with everything that you do, and there's a reason that this game is so hard. Picking winners is hard, but the discipline aspect of it is bigger than anything. You could go to another capper, you could go to another site, you could use other people's picks, but it's almost just like being in a relationship, right? If you got things that are not right internally, or bad habits, you could go to another woman, you could go to another man. Those things are going to manifest, right? Because you've got to you got to make sure that you're right with that, and it's a very, very difficult thing to do, because betting on small amounts, when you're betting a small amount that doesn't hurt when you lose, you sometimes you don't get the high from the win, right? That's why parlays are such a big thing, because it's a low risk, high reward. But at the end of the day, I'll tell people, like, long term, I can help you out. If you need one winner to save your life, man, it could lose. Honestly, it could lose. I can't guarantee you that we're gonna go 7-0. I can't guarantee you that we're gonna go 1-0. I can tell you that we're gonna go. If you stick with me, I feel confident that we could go 55-45. may not sound exciting, but that's just kind of how the game goes. So God bless everybody. Good luck on whatever you're playing. If you made it to this point, I really appreciate it. Shout out to Justin McKelvey, great comment. Shout out to everybody with the comments, but you give some good comments, and I bring up Justin for a fact because by some of the comments you make, you definitely seem like somebody to me that definitely practices some solid bankroll management. So good luck to everybody, and let's have a great day.